Jeffries, and
Hi,
you
guys.
core Express Offers team, part of it. And today we're going to talk to you about the disclosure to sellers document, why we use it, how it was created, and then, of course, how to introduce this to your seller or potential seller clients. So, Terry, can you tell us more about why we need this document and who worked on it?
Absolutely. Thanks, Julie. So, why? Well, the why is to keep us out of the litigation minefield, of course. When Express Offers began as an idea, it feels like years ago. It was just like last June, right? It feels like forever.
Yeah,
When it started as
it
an
does.
idea, Keller Williams and Coldwell Banker were both being raked over the coals with lawsuits because they did not get the disclosure element of their platforms correct. There was some discussion about who represented who, that sellers were being misled, that the sellers didn't know who they were paying and why. It was a big train wreck. So we
Yeah,
recognized this early on, and our legal team literally spent weeks to develop what we thought was the perfect balance between the legal extreme and, of course, readability for our clients. It's kind of the ultimate blend to mitigate potential litigation and convey our platform in an understandable format for our clients. That was our hope. Okay. That
that
was
was
our
a
hope, right? The document
still
has
is.
gone over, has been reformatted a couple of times, and now we've got a really slick two-part disclosure. So one part is the Express Offers question and answers, which is a really slick brochure style disclosure that you can email, you can have printed and mail, you can do all kinds of things with the brochure. Okay, seller
Yeah,
needs to read that. Then there's
okay.
a 4-page acknowledgement. That's the part that the seller actually has to sign. Those 4 pages, and I go over them in painful detail in the training. Those
So you can
4,
always watch that.
you can rewatch the training whenever you
Yeah,
want. Yep. Those 4 pages are the seller's acknowledgement. That's the part that the seller actually has to sign, and that's the part that has to go into SkySlope. So,
yeah.
Julie, would you show everybody where they can find the disclosure? Quick and easy, super quick.
Absolutely. Yep. So you go over to our obviously amazing little giant size logo. Click that. And then it should bring you to your passport information so that you can sign in. And when you get in here, you just go up to that little pretty menu and you go down here where it says downloads. And this is where we have the 4 most important documents for the software, basically, and the whole program, I should say.
Yeah, yeah.
So here's obviously this beautiful brochure. You would download it right here. Then you have is it 5 pages?
4.
Remember, is it 4?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
4.
it says page 1 of 4 on there. Okay, good. So then that's the 4-page document that the seller acknowledges, right?
Yep.
And that's where you're gonna get signed and upload. Then obviously the property condition report and the net sheet, the offer comparison sheet is in here. So you can get everything you need right here in the platform. No need to
Yep.
do anything else. So I'm gonna stop presenting then. Okay?
Cool.
Okay, got it.
Awesome. Very good. See, we can do this.
Yay!
Yeah.
This video together. We're not doing too bad.
So let's talk about how we can actually talk
Yeah,
about this with our sellers.
right.
It's an intimidating document, right? I
Mhm.
mean, I think it's an 11-page brochure, the 4-page acknowledgement,
Yeah,
right? Agents can send this brochure to their clients ahead of time.
yeah,
Okay. They can say, hey, I go over scripts in 103. Hey, what do you think about entertaining a cash offer?
yeah,
You'd like to? Okay, cool. I'm going to send you a brochure that I need you to read through. Again, whether they do it or they don't, whatever, but you need to be able to kind of give them the cliff notes because they're going to be expecting
yeah.
you as their trusted advisor to give you the cliff notes. So I'm going to break this down. And what I'm looking at, guys, is paragraph 3.
Okay.
So download the question and answers. I'm going to tell you to read it. Please read it. But if you don't want to read the whole thing, you need to read paragraph 3. And that's where my cliff notes are coming from, paragraph 3. So paragraph starts out, number 1, we have an agreement with our iBuyers. Okay. They pay us a platform fee. That's why we represent an iBuyer by default. You have to tell the seller that. Okay. EXP does get paid. You don't, but EXP does. Okay.
Okay.
Got to tell them that. Number 2, buyers are going to create the buy boxes. That is their specific buying criteria that that's how they tell us what they're looking for. And
Yep.
oh, by the way, Mr. Seller, your property just happens to fit a buy box. That's why I'm reaching out to you. Okay. Number 3, got to get to the agency disclosure part. Mr. Seller, license law mandates that I disclose who I represent in the transaction. And when I say represent, I mean whose confidential information do I have to keep confidential? So in these transactions, I'm typically a dual agent. And that's because the iBuyers pay us a platform fee, and I'm going to be privy to your financial information, which I need to keep confidential. Are you okay with that? If you were a
Sounds good.
seller, Julie, are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that. I need that cash offer.
Cool. Okay. So if after reading the disclosure, you would like to see what kind of offers that you might get, I'll have you sign a compensation agreement because, by the way, Julie, this is how I earn my living. So I do have a fee for my services. You okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, but keep in mind, my fee for services will be reduced by half because I will only charge you the listing side of the commission if you accept an express offer. Is that
Nice.
okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
So if you want to move forward, we'll have to get a compensation agreement signed. Now, this is what I would say if we were not deep in a coronavirus. Okay, I'll have to stop by your property. I have to fill out a property condition report and take a few pictures. Okay. Having
But
said that,
due to the coronavirus.
due to the coronavirus, I can't come to your house. I don't want to come to your house. No offense. I don't want to come to your house. Would it be okay if I emailed the property condition report to you? It's check boxes. It's super simple. You can fill it out, email it back to me. And then there's a checklist on there where you can take the pictures of your own home and send them to me. What do you think about that?
Sounds good.
Pretty simple, right?
Maybe the photos won't be that great, but that's okay.
You're right. You got an iPhone?
Because basically, you're just trying to tell them that you're just trying to represent whatever's in their house to the iBuyer. So they should give you pictures that would show the buyer what they're going to.
Exactly. Well, Julie, I'll pretend that you're the seller. So, Mr. Seller, or Mrs. Seller, sorry, Mrs. Seller, you might have heard that the iBuyers are kind of doing a bait and switch kind of thing. Not our buyers, not our iBuyers, but sometimes they'll make you a decent offer, an offer that you might like, and then they come and do the home inspection and they want to renegotiate. Well, what we want to do is we want to paint the best picture we possibly can for your property the first time. We want to tell them if something's broken, it's okay. Let's tell them now so that their offer will be representative of what the condition of your house really is.
So basically, you want the seller to be transparent.
I need the seller to be transparent. Yes, because
Which
we'll
is
get the most
important,
solid
right?
offer and you
Yep.
won't get hit with a brick later on. So yeah,
Yep.
we need to do that. Okay. Get the property condition report, get the pictures taken. Okay. Once I get that back, I'll go
Yep.
ahead and submit your property to our marketplace of iBuyers for their consideration. We may have one iBuyer look at it. We may have many. We just, we don't know, but your house does fit at least one buy box. Okay.
And will I get an offer?
Well, here's the thing. If you do get an offer, I'm going to present to you a non-legally, it's non-binding letter of intent. Okay. So, yeah. So on the letter of intent, it's going to have all of the terms of their offer, all the things that are going to be important to you. By the
Okay.
way, you'll get to pick your closing date. So that may
Nice.
make it very convenient for you.
Yeah, because I'm
Okay.
not sure exactly where I'm going yet.
That's right. So we'll go over the letter of intent. I'm going to have a proof of funds so that you understand that they actually have cash. Okay. There's no contingencies. These are cash deals.
Okay.
We'll go over the letter of intent. If you like it, great. We'll put the contracts together. If you don't like it, no worries whatsoever. You're under no obligation whatsoever. It costs you nothing if you don't take the express offer. But if you decide that you want to see what the open market looks like, then I'll be happy to show you what that would look like to put your home, or to introduce your home to the retail market.
And if I want to see the offer from the iBuyer next to the traditional route, how can I do that?
Oh, absolutely. When we do get together, if we get an offer one way or the other, I'm going to bring a comparison net sheet along with me. I'll also bring the sold comps along with me so that I can show you what your house would look like if we went the retail route. And I'll also show you what the cost breakdown is of an express offer compared to the potential of the traditional route. So you'll be able to weigh the difference between a convenience option and a top dollar option.
Nice. And
Does that
so
make sense?
does top dollar mean that I have to do something though if I want to get top dollar?
If you want to get top dollar, you'll most likely have to do something. Most sellers have, whether it be carpet or paint or landscaping or some kind of upgrades in order to get that property into tip-top showing condition. Yep.
So if I don't have money to make these upgrades,
If you don't have money to make these upgrades, an express offer may be the perfect option for you. So,
cool. Well, I'm looking forward to that then.
yay! Okay. See? Now, that was pretty simple, right? There's the conversation. You've got something cool and new to talk about. Don't let the disclosure throw you off. Even though it's kind of an intimidating document, the basis of what's in here is that you will be a dual agent if your state allows it. If your state doesn't allow it, you need to figure out what you are. Are you a no agent? Are you a designated agent? Are you a transactional broker? What are you? The whole point of this document is to disclose your agency position. It took our legal team a lot of pages and a lot of words to convey that, but in essence, you just need to describe what your license law mandates you tell them.
Okay.
And
Cool.
the program. Now, if I would have had that conversation with you, Julie, would you kind of understand what I'm trying to do here?
Yes. Yeah. And if I didn't, I would ask a lot of questions.
Right. So, and I would have the answers to the questions in my question and answer.
Because you read it.
Because I read it. Yeah. All right. Well, we hope you guys have a great weekend. We
Yeah.
hope that helps clear it up a little bit. We don't want you to be scared of this document because it's really not too tough. It's not that hard. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Most important was just trying to show people that it's not that intimidating and that, I don't know, read it a few times, I guess.
Yeah. Especially
Right?
paragraph 3. Lean on paragraph 3.
Right. And you can point them to that also, I suppose, while you're talking with them.
Maybe we can put my little eight cliff notes in the notes in the video.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sounds
cool.
good. All
All
right.
right, guys,
See ya.
we're out.